All right, so you say you've got your project done and you need to write your essay. We're going to talk about the format of your essay and how to write that. First off, you need to highlight your rubric appropriately. So the first thing you're going to be doing is you're going to highlight the letter/symbol, which the student has already done. The student is telling me that the letter looks exactly as she intended, and I buy that because it looks like what she intended. She laser cut hers using the Glowforge. I get that you guys didn't do that, but I gather that this is what she intended it to look like. She says that she has removed all scroll saw marks, so I shouldn't see any little lines where the scroll saw cut. I shouldn't see any of those cut marks. She says that she has removed all burns, and I don't see any burns on here. Says the letter and symbol is complex/interesting. Considering the laser engraving she did and the shape not being terribly simple, I'm fine with that as well. She said that that's all she should. Oh, actually, regarding the edges of her thing, she says they are fairly smooth as opposed to very smooth. And I think she's being a little hard on herself. I don't have a problem with these things at all. So she's going to get full credit. The next thing she's going to be doing, the next rubric she wants to fill out, is the assembly, where the first question is whether or not it is square to the shelf. She's going to need to take a square and check this, and I can tell you right now it's not square, it's acute. It's slightly smaller than full square. She's going to check to see if there are any gaps around the bottom of her letter. She's going to check to see whether or not the foot is centered and whether or not there are any gaps around the foot. There's a whole list of things for you to check in here and check off. And then the same thing for the finish. Talking about whether or not the shelf has been sanded completely. Basically, you need to choose, for line number 1, you need to choose either the first, second, or third. Line number 2, the same thing, until you've decided what grade you deserve. All right, so your essay is a 3-paragraph essay. The first paragraph should be about the letter symbol, okay? The first sentence of the first paragraph, just like on the rabbit roundover, should talk about how many points you deserve overall for the entire grade you're trying to get. So that's a grade out of 70, because your finish and cleanup is only worth 20 points, and the other 2 are worth 25, so it's out of 70. So the first thing she would want to say, I'm going to pretend that this is perfect. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. What the essay would say. Her essay would say, for my entire bookshelf grade today, I deserve 70 points out of 70. Second sentence, for my letter, what she would write for my Totoro on the end, I deserve full credit. And then she would say, I did an awesome job on her Totoro. So first sentence, how many points out of 70? Second points, how many points out of 25? Third sentence, how did you do on your letter/symbol? Okay? Now, the next section is where she's going to talk about all the different things about her letter/symbol. So she would be writing, basically, that her letter looked exactly like she intended, the edges are smooth, that she's removed all the scroll saw marks and the burns, and that it is a complex or an interesting looking shape. The last sentence of the first paragraph should be, and that's why she deserves full credit on her letter. Okay? The next paragraph should be all about the assembly, and it should start out with how many points she deserves for the assembly. So, considering it's a perfect paragraph, for the assembly of my bookshelf, I deserve full credit of 25 points. And then I did really awesomely on my assembly, followed by 5 pieces of information about the assembly of your project. Last sentence of your first paragraph should basically say, that's why I deserve that many points for my assembly. Last paragraph is the same as the one that you just heard. It's going to talk about the finish. So for my finish, I deserve 20 out of 20. I did really well on my finish. Then you talk about all the stuff about your finish, and then you give me 2 last sentences. This is why I deserve 20 out of 20 on my finish, and these are all the reasons why I deserve 70 out of 70 for my entire bookshelf. Okay, the format is the same as the last essay you wrote, except there's 3 paragraphs instead of 2. All right, good luck.